Good morning, great morning. Matter of fact, it's a really freaking great morning. Happy Friday, January 19th, 2024. I'm ecstatic to be here. Honored to be here and just feeling a lot of gratitude here this morning. I feel like in life there are a lot of things that can happen and throw you off kilter, but you really have to make sure that you take the times, that are great to say thank you, not just to yourself, but also to God for allowing you to be able to do this. And then, thank yourself for going through with this. So thank yourself for being here this morning, putting yourself in this environment to make positive change in your life and continue to close the gap between where you are and where you're meant to be. If you're joining us for the first time, welcome to the Premarket Prep session. I'm your host, Adam Holland, stock options expert market strategist. And we're here to close out what has been a pretty insane week. We have, woken up every single morning to massive paydays and been able to also have massive paydays intraday multiple times throughout the day. So that mountaintop that you see the sun rising over right back there in the lights, it feels like we're standing on top of that right about now. It's been a great week, and it's been on the back of execution, right? Execution when opportunity presents itself. Yesterday, SPY broke the hourly downtrend. We noticed that, hopped on it. It gave us the gift of retracing that downtrend. We were able to grab SPY calls, and SPY actually made it to our price target here pre-market. So we're getting another gap up, right? Those SPY lotto calls are easily 700%, 600, 700, 100% profit. So, it'll be a absolutely amazing day. And I'm excited to get to it. There's really nothing else to say. We'll see what we have going on today in terms of news, but to be honest, I feel like completely fine with taking the day off. I need the market to show me, kind of something else that it has, show me some really great looks. Otherwise, there's absolutely no reason to give it up, right? Give it back what we got from markets this week, because it's just been freaking mind-blowing. AMD, TSM, NVIDIA, SPY, Disney, Google, it's just been things, one after the next, right? Google was last week with that downtrend break, and we've just been on an absolute tear. So what a way to start off 2024 and keep January going strong. Super grateful for that. And like I said, not trying to give any of it back. So we'll see what the market has for us today. SPY is at a very important point. Like I said, that same level, let me see, because I don't have this on my laptop, but that same level, that 478.6, we close above that, SPY can continue to climb, right? Continue to climb, continue to push, and there's more opportunity. Yeah. Other than that, I'm just looking to sit, rest on my laurels, withdraw those gains, and have a great Friday. Everybody be safe out there as well with the snow. But with that being said, what's going on today, because we still got news to get to, right? So top news. 3 weeks into the new year, tech is showing its staying power, with the market continuing to favor the sector. Chip optimism and AI headlines are helping support the sentiment, despite some concerns that Fed rate cuts may take place a little later this year. In fact, the NASDAQ 100 just closed at a new all-time high at 16,982, while the best year-to-date performance for any S&P 500 sector is information technology, with an increase of 2.6%. Will the tech boom continue through 2024? And then talk about some, subscribers that think so and some that don't. Tech dominance. Many of the usual suspects have seen outsized gains this year, including the list of AI favorites. NVIDIA up 19%. We've been watching that beautiful weekly bull flag that it fired. We just hit price target number 2 for NVIDIA. Meta up 9%. Microsoft up 8%, right? They've seen impressive year-to-date returns, while big tech players like Alphabet, Google, right, are up 5%, Amazon up 2%, and Apple up 2%. Interestingly, Tesla has seen its shares slide 15% this year, and it wasn't long ago that Elon Musk threatened to develop AI products outside of the company unless he doubled the amount of his voting control. Everyone needs a little artificial intelligence these days, and the ones that are ahead in the race stand to benefit. Buying may also be taking place before tech earnings next week, while some of the trillions of dollars parked in money market funds and other cash-like investments could be coming off the sidelines with yields looking less attractive. A soft landing also appears to be in the cards, and that may mean less macro uncertainty, letting tech companies talk more positively about the upside and their bullish product developments. The AI verse, quote, "This is like bigger than just a technological revolution," Sam Altman declared from Davos, adding that there's no magic red button to stop AI. Mark Zuckerberg also decided to merge two of Meta's leading AI research groups, FAIR and Gen AI, as it, quote, "becomes clear on the next generation of services it will require building full general intelligence." His new focus will involve 350,000 NVIDIA H100 GPUs by the end of the year, or almost 600,000 H100s equivalents of compute, if including other GPUs. I'm not a computer person. This is all gibberish to me, which will be another revenue windfall for NVIDIA and other computer chip players that are helping power the AI revolution. Yeah, Zuckerberg kind of flexed, I guess, saying like, hey, we've actually got, a crap ton of NVIDIA chips. And, by the end of the year, we'll have this many. I don't know what spurred him to say that. Maybe he just felt like flexing. But yeah, congrats to, Meta for all the NVIDIA chips they have. It's probably for the best, at least in that regard, that they were aiming for this whole metaverse thing that might not end up, playing out, because it definitely took a lot of computing power to even, contemplate that and to even work toward that. So, they might have been ordering all those in order to develop the metaverse, but now they have all of those in order to develop AI. So, it's like, congratulations, you failed successfully, right? In terms of our next headline, financials. Attention borrowers. The Biden administration will forgive another nearly $5 billion in student debt for 74,000 people, though the plan did not disclose when eligible borrowers can expect to see that relief. Quote, nearly 44,000 of them are teachers, nurses, firefighters, and other individuals who have earned forgiveness after 10 years of public service, and close to 30,000 of them are people who have been in repayment for at least 20 years but never got the relief they earned, though through income-driven repayment plans. President Biden said in a statement, his administration has so far given more than $136 billion in student debt. Recall that last year, the Supreme Court struck down Biden's student loan forgiveness plan to cancel up to $20,000 of student loans per borrower. In terms of media news, Peltz and the proxy, famed activist, investor, and billionaire Nelson Peltz, who is engaged in a proxy battle with Disney, quote, ticker Diz, feels that oversight of the entertainment giant's board is awful. Quote, this company is just not being run properly, announced Peltz, who runs Trian Fund Management. This is that news that came in 2 days ago, right, that dropped Disney so much intraday after we took beautiful profit to the top for over 200%, I might remind you. But then Disney came back down yesterday, said, hey, there's no reason to fret, and Disney popped right back up, right? So Disney was one of the others that recovered nicely yesterday in that push. The comments came as Peltz officially launched a campaign to get himself and former Disney CFO Ray J. Rasulo elected to the board, saying they were, quote, going to be Batman and Robin. Earlier this month, activist hedge fund Blackwell's Capital said it would nominate 3 directors to Disney's board in support of Iger, while another activist, Ancora, supports Peltz. Here are the names of Disney's board nominees. Yeah. Basically, there's a whole lot of board drama of, people that are a part of Trian Management trying to appoint their own board members, and Disney saying no. Disney has been embroiled in this battle over its identity and its direction for a while now, and it showed in terms of the stock price. But that's something that can definitely change over the course of the next year to 2 years, right? Wink, wink. With Disney and how it's looking longer term in terms of the charts. So I think they get it together, but it could be a bumpy ride, right? For sure. And this is just, one of those examples of how that could be the case. In terms of economic news, no shutdown. Congress has officially cleared a temporary spending bill to fund the federal government into early March, buying more time for U.S. lawmakers to hammer out funding bills for the fiscal year. This started in October. The latest continuing resolution, which is expected to be signed by President Biden, is the third extension made in recent months. Hardline Republicans pushed back on the measure, with the House Freedom Caucus calling on, quote, all conservatives to oppose the proposed bill. Quote, it's Groundhog Day in the House chamber all the time, every day, yet again, spending money we don't have, said Representative Chip Roy, who's a Republican from Texas. In terms of today's markets, who cares about anywhere else? In the good old US of A, the Dow we're up 0.3%, S&P we're up over 0.5% now, NASDAQ we are up 0.8% for a fat payday on Friday at open that I'm super pumped about. That's it. Nothing. I'm just super pumped about it. That's point blank the end. Going to be a great day. Bitcoin down 2.5% to 41,428. Another classic example of buying the rumor, selling the news when it comes to crypto. I mean, it's like crazy. Like how now is Bitcoin just selling and selling and selling when the institutional adoption is finally coming? I have no idea, but I feel like if that's your thing, just be in it for the long haul and call it a day. In terms of today's economic calendar, we do get consumer sentiment at 10 a.m. So that's probably the one piece of, economic data that'll be important today. We could probably see, maybe some chopping until we get that data, and then we get direction from the data. In terms of what else is happening, we'll finish up here with our rapid fire stock news rundown. To the tune of $15 billion, Amazon bolsters cloud infrastructure. Macy's, ticker M, to cut 13% of corporate staff, close another 5 stores. Humana, ticker HUM, slides after cutting profit outlook on higher costs. Wendy's, ticker WEN, names PepsiCo exec Tanner as its new CEO. Tech layoffs not done, but jobless claims at lowest levels since 2022. I don't know how that's the case. We have jobless claims at the lowest levels, but we're having all these layoffs. Are these people just immediately finding jobs? Like, are they just taking lower paying jobs or taking jobs in other sectors? Like, I don't know. But it's always weird when you see that happen, and yet there's it's not manifesting in the data. It just smells fishy. iRobot plunges as EU regulator may block sale to Amazon. Can't get any deals done nowadays. And the report suggests Spirit Airlines is exploring financing options. Norfolk Southern, ticker NSC, gains amid activist investor speculation, and then more data requests sent to Apple, Meta, and others. So that'll wrap it up for this morning, right? This morning, this fine Friday, this fine payday Friday of January 19th, 2024. It's been a great week. Pay yourself. That's the only way that you get paid in markets. As always, there is free content dropped every single day over on Instagram. So make sure you check that out. Continue to learn, continue to grow. And feel free to pat yourself on the back, right? Because this is exactly what you envisioned yourself doing when you started on this journey. And the fact that you're doing it is huge. It's a blessing. And there's, no part of that is lost on me. So make sure that you're proud of yourself. We deserve it. And let's continue to kick butt, right? If the market gives us some great looks today, we'll take advantage. If not, we'll sit up, right? Rest on the spoils of our labor and go into a great weekend. So everybody be safe out there. It is a snowy mess outside here in Maryland. So please be safe. Don't go anywhere if you don't have to. It is not worth it. Much love to you guys. And I'll see you back here on Monday for our next pre-market prep session. We got a full week next week. Let's hit it. Have a good one.